Hello, YouTube and Facebook fans. Hi, this is JJ from Paranormal Talks, paranormaltalks.com. We're here to talk this time through these 9 videos about the personality number, starting with the personality number 1. And numerology is part of a metaphysical science. Numerology is a divination tool. It is what is available to you and is available to humanity, has been around for thousands of years to help us understand ourselves and to understand how best to successfully and happily navigate through life. So that's numerology. We'll be talking again about the personality number, which is derived from our birth name. The birth name that is shown on our birth certificate, not our married name, not our nickname, not an adopted name, but the name given to us on our birth certificate, the very first name. That's the foundation of our personality. And now, the personality number is one of 3 numbers that are derived from your birth name, from your birth certificate. We already talked about one of those numbers, and that is the soul urge number, your heart's desire, which I would have to say corresponds, in astrology, corresponds with the moon, your moon sign at birth. And I mentioned these other divination tools, astrology, and also tarot and some others, because I want you to understand that these divination tools are not siloed, they're not separate and alone by themselves. There are threads that run through all of them that are very, very consistent in regards to the human condition. So the personality number is there's a soul number, then the personality number, and then the soul and personality number together give you your destiny number, which I would say the destiny number corresponds to the north node in your astrology chart. So let me tell you a bit about the personality number. Now that's derived from all the consonants in your name, where the soul urge, we get that from all of the vowels in your given name on your birth certificate. Personality is all the consonants. You know, it's like the letter C and S and T and, you know, the stuff that's not vowels. And the personality number is the first impression that people get of you. It's like your rising sign in your astrology. It's a limited view of who and what you really are, but that's the first thing people see, and it's what they hit up against most often when they deal with you on a regular basis. As they get to know you, other pieces of your numerology will begin to emerge, and they can actually see those things in action. But the personality number is very helpful because that is what sees us. That's the vehicle we use to go through life initially, to navigate through life. And it has a lot of abilities and skills that it brings with it. Before we get more into the personality numbers, and that's the number 1 through 9, I just wanted to mention quickly about Paranormal Talks. Paranormaltalks.com, we have a website, and we do have a video store where we have speakers who share amazing information around the paranormal, supernatural. And Paranormal Talks, our goal is to help you awaken yourself first. And we can do that by educating ourselves through these videos on the video store around people who've died, the near-death experiencers, how they died or were killed, what it was like, and then how they came back from the dead. ET abductees, what it was like on the ship and how they returned. Out-of-body experiencers, the same thing with them. Past life regressionists, psychics, mediums. All of these paranormal, supernatural phenomena that are part and a core part of the human condition, and that in our Western culture we've really been trained to reject. Well, it's such a big part of us, and it can really help us navigate far, far more successfully and happily through life. It's the paranormal supernatural is like a second brain in our head. We're all really raised to use just one brain, and how is that working for us? You know, getting another bachelor degree, or getting another master's degree, or getting another PhD, or getting another certification. How's that working for you so far? Are you rich yet? Well, that's where the second brain, which the paranormal supernatural addresses, really, really helps us get to where we want to go more easily. So let's get back to the personality number. And please like us and subscribe so you can continue to receive these updates, these educational updates when they become available. So that's the personality number. It's what people first see, and it's just innate ability and skill that we just show up here for, and it's not something that we really have to try hard and develop, unlike the soul urge or coming along our life path. It's really something we just have. Now, we use the Pythagorean system of numerology, and this is it. Pythagoras from Greece, from 590 BC Greece, he developed this system. Of course, I'm sure there's many others who developed this, but Pythagoras is the most famous and understood. Kind of like Christopher Columbus discovered America. It's sort of like that. Well, we use the numbers 1 through 9, and then all the letters of the alphabet. And you can see that each letter has its assigned name, its assigned number. For example, the number 1 is assigned to the letters A, J, and S. And then the number 2, it's also assigned its numbers. So that's the system we use. And let me show you how you find your personality number. This is a worksheet, a cheat sheet. See? In this case, we use a person by the name of Sharon Lynn Clarkson. This is a made-up name, but it's a regular name. And you can see we put Sharon Lynn Clarkson's name here, and then we assigned, and then we used this this table, this Pythagorean numerology table, to assign the numbers to Sharon's consonants in her name. And this is the name from her birth certificate. And you can see all the numbers on the bottom row, and we added all of those numbers together. We add them together until we come up with one single digit. And Sharon Lynn Clarkson, her personality number is 5. Yours will may be different, but that's the cheat sheet you use to come up with your personality number. So let's look at the personality number 1. If all your consonants in your name add up to the number 1, your personality number is 1. And 1 is a fire element. And that number 1 with the personality, that probably corresponds with astrology to the astrological sign Aries, which is a fire sign. That's the element assigned to Aries. And to go even further with Tarot, this personality number probably corresponds best to, and you know, we're not just one thing. We are multi-talented, creative beings. So with the Tarot, it really corresponds to a number of things. With the Tarot, it corresponds to the wands, you know, the staves. It corresponds probably very closely to the Knight of Wands, you know, the Knight of Staves. I wouldn't say the king so much, but the knight for sure, personality number 1. And with the major arcana in the tarot cards, probably with the magician card, the card number 1. So a personality number 1, what people are first hit with when they meet you and when they see you operating through life, you know, in the office or in a social situation or amongst the family, is they're really impressed with the fact that you are ambitious, you're strong-willed, you're determined, you are a natural leader. And one of the reasons why you are a natural leader is because you tread where angels fear to go. That's personality number one. And that's hence the natural leader. I mean, if you have that much going on for you, people will follow you because they're too frightened to go it alone. They will follow you. And because of that, you command attention. You can be in the forefront of a group that you migrate through. You can be flashy, and that's okay because that's how you are. You are that type of leader. And because of your fieriness, you can inspire others, motivate others, and really put out an efficient, dynamic energy that really captures people. Sort of a charismatic kind of capturing with that personality number one. You come across as controlled, capable, courageous, and woe to any foolish person who thinks they can push you around. That would be very unwise. And you probably, hopefully, come across like that. You know, there are negative and positive expressions of these personality numbers. Well, of all the numbers, your soul urge number, your life path number, destiny number, and personality numbers, positive and negative. So all the positive words I've said for like this personality number or the other ones, if a person is not fulfilling or expressing the positive aspects of these numbers, then just think of the opposite. If they're not courageous, then they're a wimp. If they're not dynamic, then they're lazy. You see? Those are just the opposite. But let's stick with the positive. Now, the best way for a number one personality number to dress is business dress is good and fine. You probably cut a very nice figure, but also wearing bright colors in your wardrobe. So you can go both ways with that number one. You come across as an idealist, that is the way you would like things to be, or the way that things could be if you only work hard enough and do the right things. That's a personality number one. A personality number one is bold, fearless, confident. You are best suited with this personality to lead a new initiative that changes everything up. Let's throw out the new and let's do it this new way. And people will stand behind you because they've never done it before. They don't know how to do it. They're afraid they might fail. Not a personality number one. You're going to charge through and you will show people how to get her done. Now, once it's done, you probably aren't the person who will stick around and make sure that it gets done day in, day out, day in and day out. Oh, no, that's too boring. But you're the guy who got it started and established. Then you go on to create the next great thing, the new great process, the new changes in an organization or a family or a society or a culture. You can really lighten the mood because of your idealism and your optimism. So you have a lot on the ball. Personality number one, quite an executive in your own right. I would say more an executive around the area of entrepreneurship, more than say in a large mature company. And when I say large and mature, I mean like an IBM or like a mobile oil and gas company, or those are big, large, mature companies. Something more entrepreneurial, you are really great at. Personality number one. So you're all fired up, and thank you for your fire, because many of us in an organization or society need a fire lit under our butts to get her going, and you're just the guy to lead us to the next great step. So thank you, personality number one. The next video will be for personality number two. and we'll be looking at that one. So thank you for joining us. This is JJ at paranormaltalks.com. Please subscribe, please like us, and you bless us from watching these videos. And please visit our video store, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.